Talk about the big black building in Hyson Green next. Over the last couple of years, you've probably been watching that building develop. A lot of people in the Hyson Green area have been talking about it. Is it worth the £5 million of mainly lottery money that's gone into it? Is it the right sort of thing to be building there? Does it even look right, being this big black square amongst the rows and rows of red brick houses? Well, over the weekend, the official opening took place, and therefore the first chance for the people behind it to silence its critics. BBC Radio Nottingham's Chris Sawyer went to find out what everyone thought of it. The first person he spoke to was one of the artists exhibiting at the centre.
Hello, Samson Kambalu. From London. Prior to that, I worked in Nottingham for 5 years. I studied at Trent. This is a new building, right? And then the next thing is, what do we do with it? Where do the ideas come from? Well, it doesn't have to come from anywhere, really. It can start right here with the building itself. And so I took the name, the New Art Exchange, put it in an anagram machine, and it gave me answers. It gave me thousands and thousands of ideas. I selected about 200 anagrams from the 55,000 and stored these on the wall, on these high walls.
Welcome to the launch party for the New Art Exchange. This is a brand new modern art centre, and it shows work that grows out of African, Afro-Caribbean and South Asian cultures. It's a place with big ambitions. The current exhibition is named after one of those anagrams that you just heard about. It's called Next We Change Earth. Earlier, I dodged the sword-wielding dancers and braved the incredibly loud music to ask one of the crowd what's going on. So what are you seeing here?
Asian dancing, fusion of stilt walkers. Yeah, it's very interactive, and like I said, the crowd, I think, are enjoying it.
That scream there came from a South Asian dance outfit. They're called Academy, and they're moving amongst the public here. In fact, everyone's raving about them. Sadly, though, we're not raving about the ridiculous rain outside. Here's another one of those anagrams. Next, change weather. I've left the Art Exchange for a moment, and I've come out to where the smokers are being forced to huddle under an insufficient number of umbrellas, given the conditions.
This is a very sufficient umbrella.
Can I have a bit while I chat to you? We're out actually in Hyson Green on Gregory Boulevard at the moment, and it's here that you get the idea of this being quite an out-of-place building in some ways. The look of the building itself is a little odd, isn't it?
The building itself, I'm mixed about the building. You know, the inside's nice. Lovely art space.
Totally behind the aim of the building, but as for aesthetically speaking, it's cheap. It's cheap.
When I got back in the dry and talked to some more people about the building, though, I found that it did have some fans. In fact, one more anagram, it was a case of we next change heart.
Well, I didn't like it when I first saw it go up, that great black box with strange windows, but actually inside it's really beautiful.
Right, I'm getting a bit worried that I might be talking to the wrong people here, you know. Everyone I've spoken to so far seems to be really, really into this, which I suppose is to be expected because they have braved the rain to come down and find out what this place is all about, after all. But I wonder if I should get out in Hyson Green itself and see what the rest of the community thinks. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a wander down the street.
My name is Taz. I'm the manager at Royal Street Centre, just down the road. I've heard that quite a lot of people are interested to go and see what it's about and stuff, but to be honest, we've not really received much information. Is it going to be admission fee or what is? So we don't know too much, but it's a bit of a mystery around it. There's not many cultural people around here, but I'm sure there'll be some other woodworks.
So the worry seems to be that maybe a modern art centre is not really what Hyson Green needs. I put that question to one of the bigwigs here tonight, Nottingham City Council's Chief Executive, Jane Todd.
The interesting thing about Hyson Green is what as you can see, what a diverse and mixed area it is. Always had a tradition of arts. And the arts has always been one of those things that people have brought people together and they're working around. And you can feel the energy while you're here.
And most of those I've spoken to seem to agree that the area around Hyson Green and Radford was actually calling out for something like this, something to lift its spirits a bit.
My name is Sonia Dowdy. I actually grew up in Radford, although I live in Arnold now. It's really exciting to see something exciting happening for a change, rather than it being focused on gun and drugs, do you know what I mean? I have a young son, and if I'd known it was going to be entertaining like this, I'd have brought him with him.
So, it is only day one, but for the moment, most people seem to have been won round and think that it was a good idea to renew that exchange. Yep, that was another anagram, but last one, I promise.